We're live. So happy Friday, everyone. So yes,
Happy
it's been
Friday.
a while since we've done it on a Friday. It's about time.
Mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And
absolutely.
different stuff, but today we actually got a very interesting topic. We're gonna speak about actually 6 reasons why you don't feel motivated. And I can say that, like, I've been experiencing it a bit in the last few days because of the situations that are happening in Israel and all that conversation that it's not nice and it's not fun to hear. So a lot of people are finding themselves with lack of motivation. So I think that's such a great topic to speak about. So I think the first thing I want to say, like, I think most people are probably having lots of like fear from the uncertainty, right? So as per
Mhm.
COVID and as per what's happening now on the world, like it gets you to uncertainty, and that kind of makes you feel like that you're not really in motivation for the to do something. So what do you do? How can you deal with it when you have a fearful of the uncertainty?
To enjoy the process and to see it as an adventure. I've just had a coffee with a friend of mine now who is immigrating to Jersey. Well, was going to be Scotland, now to Jersey. And it's an exciting adventure. So I think you can always look at something, no matter how challenging, no matter how tough, but you can always look at it as an exciting process, an exciting adventure of change.
And that's like a very nice one to say. But also, when people are finding themselves with lack of motivation, it's because sometimes you feel like worthless, that
Mm.
you cannot contribute much. Like I know that I, for example, felt a bit like, how can I contribute to the situation that's happening now? And eventually, yes, I've pushed myself to make a decision. But what else can you tell people when they feel it?
So something about your self-confidence. So if maybe you like to go to a spa, maybe that makes you feel good, or maybe getting your hair cut, or maybe having coffee with a friend. So doing something to build your self-confidence, because everything always starts with you. So if you are feeling good about you, and that is a conscious choice. So I believe we wake up and we choose that, and if you are feeling good about you, it really helps you to feel motivated. So find something that helps you to boost your self confidence.
That's actually a good point, because when we feel good about ourselves, so we feel that we can actually contribute and do something. So that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
kicking us in the ass and saying you can actually do it. So I like
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do this. And then another thing that like probably preventing people from getting that motivation is that sometimes we do focus on the negative all the time, that we stop negative thoughts, and it's really, really hard to let
Mm-hmm.
it go, to change our thoughts. So, what would you recommend here?
So with that, I would say, as that, and all of this sounds, and I'm not underplaying this. I'm not making it sound like, oh, this is so easy, because we are complex beings. Humans are very complex beings. There's no question about that. But I think when the negativity comes in, if you can find a way to be more mindful of the thoughts that are coming in. So find some sort of exercise to be more mindful, because as it comes in, you have that choice. Use the choice of what you focus on, and you can either feed it or not. So possibly, if you can, try and shift what you're thinking about. Try and shift your focus so it's not on the negative.
Yeah, but that's not that easy to do.
It's not. No, I agree. It's not. It's not. No, life is not for sissies. Life is hardcore for sure.
Especially if you do. And actually, that links to the next one, because sometimes we do feel so comfortable at
Mm,
where we are, that we are in our comfort zone, that we're in a place that we don't really want to change, just because we are afraid of any type of change. And that doesn't really push us in that direction. And I'll take it from entrepreneur side, that people want to start their own business, but they're
mm,
so, because they're so come in like in a convenient place when they've got a certain paycheck. So until someone doesn't shake that boat, they won't necessarily make a step. So it's a lack of motivation, right? Because you're not motivated
mm.
enough to leave your comfort zone. So how do you
Yep.
do, like, what's the tip for that?
So what I always recommend for clients to do is to work 20% out of their comfort zone. And the reason I say 20% is because 20% is realistic. If you take 20%, it's realistic, but it's enough to actually shift you. If you take something 50% or 100%, you're not going to do it. You're going to be so overwhelmed that it's not going to actually happen. It's going to have the opposite effect of what you're trying to achieve. So just that 20%. So, it's the same as when people maybe want to start running the marathon. It's gradually they're building up 5Ks and then 10Ks and then whatever, they build it up. They don't go from, nothing or like a walk around the block to running the Comrades, for example, running a marathon.
Sure.
So I think that those baby steps, it's that 20%. But if you don't challenge yourself, like I was saying, I've just been seeing a friend of mine now who's immigrating to Jersey. One of my best mates is about a year ago or more than a year ago, immigrated to Portugal. And, for them moving, their biggest challenge is, well, who do I know? How am I going to now start meeting people? So we were talking about brainstorming on them being introverts, how to work 20% out of their comfort zone so they don't feel alone.
And I can resonate with this because when I came and people that know me now, they're thinking like, oh wow, you like an extrovert, like you're a person that like feel free to reach out and very outgoing. It wasn't that I wasn't like this, but it wasn't as I am now. But I have learned that I do need to put myself and to do things that are outside of my comfort zone. Because if not, I'm kind of screwed because I'm in a different country, not in my home language, not with my home language, no one here around me. I need to do it. So yeah, I really agree with it. Do 20% outside of your comfort zone. It's not that easy, but I can say from my perspective that the moment I'm doing something that is outside of my comfort zone, the feeling after is so good. Like you feel amazing. And then you keep on pushing a bit more. And for example, I didn't have the courage to do my own video. So I reached out to you.
Yep.
Do it for me. And then in time, we both learn to do by ourselves and with others. So I really like it.
Exactly.
The next one is about, a lot of people are probably feeling at a certain point, and especially during COVID and after COVID and everything, they burn out. They're tired mentally and physically. And when you are tired, how can you find the motivation? How can you start feeling more motivated?
I think it's something about taking little breaks if you can, and where you can be healthy, to be healthy. It obviously has to resonate with you. So for me, health is such a big value. It's such a who I am. So for me to be healthy is so easy. It doesn't even require work. But I think if you're not someone who's naturally healthy, just find small ways that resonate with you, because it's never about being like anyone else. It's always your comparison to yourself. But I think the healthier you are, the better you can manage everything. Body, mind, soul, the work. So health is a big thing to manage your mind.
I agree. And I, for myself, I do take breaks to get my energy back. So you need to just find what help you to get your energy back. The next one is that, you're feeling trapped, like you're stuck. You're not moving nowhere. Nothing is moving. What do you do? How do you start getting the motivation back?
Well, something that I do love to do is I'm big into audiobooks, because I'm not really a big reader. I'm big into audiobooks and memoirs and podcasts. And, you'll find we've all got our special people, well, I don't know, I do. I'm assuming everybody does. You've got your sort of role model people. And those people, whatever the value that they add to you, you listen to their podcast, you read their book, you listen to their audiobook, it's inspiring. And then suddenly it's like, yeah, okay, it helps you to get that mojo again.
And I love it, and I do really think that we all can find our different ways. And before we repeat it all, if you like our stuff, just don't forget to give us a like, put in the comments, what do you think about the topic? What helps you find your motivation? And again, we'll see you on Tuesday for marketing.
And
yes.
Yeah. And if you are in a position where you are just not feeling motivated and you are looking to get inspiration and to get your mojo back, I would love to chat to you. So just send me a private message.
Yes. So we spoke about if you have a fear from the uncertainty.
Exactly. So the next one, I'm going to go through I'm going to go through the points with you. So the next one is the feeling of inferiority or wholeness.
And the next one, when you focus on the negative, try to find the positive.
And the next one is being too comfortable.
And when you burn out and you're mentally drained, find a way to take a break and lift yourself up.
And the last one is feeling trapped, like you're going nowhere.
So really hope we'll help you with this, and you're going to see you on Tuesday for marketing topics. Have a lovely weekend.
Have a good weekend. Bye.